Hi there. So firstly, I want to talk about charging versus not charging the fireball stuff. So just for comparison, with the conflagration stuff, you can see what charging does for you. Like it increases the area of effect. So uh, you can see that if you want to hit all these targets, you have to charge it up a little, right? And if you want to hit them harder, you need to charge it up fully. So it's very intuitive, and then this is why most players use it correctly. Uh, Not so with the fireball stuff. Let me show you. If you charge or if you don't charge, you get the explosion is exactly the same, right? So it makes you wonder why would you want to charge it anyway if you can just spam it quickly for the same effect, right? But the thing is, it's just the visual issue. So the visual explosion is the same, while the actual area is different. So if you don't charge the fireball, you only hit things in a very small radius. If you charge it a little, you hit stuff further away. And if you fully charge it, you get the maximum radius. Also notice that the damage from direct hit, the damage from the explosion, and the damage from the damage over time effect, that is the gray number, it also scales with the charge. So if I charge my fireballs, each target takes more damage than if I don't charge it. That's just theory. Let me show you the practical difference. So here I have 40 fanatics standing in one spot. Let's see how many I can kill if I don't charge my fireball, I just spam it. So as you can see, it's somewhat effective. I was able to kill probably more than half fanatics. But let's see what happens if I use my charged fireballs. I'll spawn 40 fanatics again. There, 40 fanatics. So as you can see, I was able to kill almost all of them for the same amount of overcharge and time, roughly. And I was doing my best to... I was not slacking or trying to make the second way seem more effective than the first one. Against Horde, it's clearly more effective to use to at least to charge your fireballs at least a little, not necessarily charge them fully. And however, I see a lot of wizards that only ever use this quick charge spam. I mean, both in quick plays and sometimes I see that in the videos by some super skilled players that are otherwise exceptionally good, much better than me. So this is the one thing I wanted to address the most. But does it mean that you always have to charge or fully charge your fireballs? No, of course not. So when should you use the quick fireballs? Firstly, if you are surrounded and you want to shoot really quick and you're scared to spend time charging up, then of course you can use the quick ones. Secondly, let me demonstrate this. So if the horde is coming in a really narrow hallway.
That's right, take your time.
Okay,
That's
for some
what
reason
our
my
enemies are
mod
doing.
stopped working. Okay. So if the horde is lined up like this, for example, it's coming from the doorway, you can use your quick fireball to hit all of them with a projectile. This is very effective because the projectile itself does a lot of damage, enough to kill the weakest units, which the fanatics or clan rats, so you don't really need to hit them with the explosion. This is the first use. The second use is if you are attacking a single target and you want to quick it as fast as possible. For example, a storm vermin or even a boss such as the red ogre. You don't care about AoE damage, you only care about single target damage. Then quick fireballs are more efficient. Each fireball does less damage than if you charge it up, but you do more damage per second if you spam. So here's that. But then legitimate, the next question you might want to ask is what use do I have for the left click fireballs? Should I always use quick right click fireballs for single target damage? Well, the answer is it depends on which type of target you are attacking. So for infantry, you do more damage by spamming left click. Infantry targets are fanatics, clan rats, and and other basic units, but also some specials like gas rats, chaos sorcerers, both life leeches and the Blighstormers, and the gutter runners, and surprisingly the final boss in the game on Skittergate, Rasknit, he is also considered infantry. So for these targets you want to use your left click attack. For armored targets such as the storm vermin, you want to use your right click attack. It does more DPS than left click. Same goes for monsters, which are pack masters and most bosses such as the Red Ogre, Chaos Troll, and Stormfiend. Let me show you. As you can see, right click does more DPS because the attack speed is about the same, but you do more damage per hit with the right click. So also for berserkers, you also want to use left click rather than right click. Let me show. Same goes for plague monks. Okay, to sum it up, against all infantry targets and berserkers you want to use left click, and against armored and normal armor and monster you want to use right click. And lastly, there is also the super armor category in the game. These are chaos warriors and armored bosses like Skerek and Bodvar. So against these targets you don't want to use your fireballs at all. Let me show you. Your fireballs don't do any damage at all unless you either hit the head or crit, but in any case the damage is negligible. It will take me a whole day to kill curse warrior like that, so just use your melee weapon. There's one final tip that I feel I'm not sure if I should share it or not, but I guess there is a trick that called QQ cancelled by the community. It lets you greatly increase the attack rate of your left click attack. How do you do it? Uh, After you attack once, you press the quick swap key, default Q, to switch to your melee weapon, press it again, and then attack again. If you do it really fast, you can increase your fire rate. So this is my normal attacking. And this is with the QQ can. It is only slightly faster because I'm not proficient with it. I've never trained for it. But you can make a keyboard macro to make the effect super noticeable. Let me show you. Okay, so I've just enabled my keyboard macro, and this is the attack speed I get with it. This is the normal attack speed again. As you can see, it gives you a significant advantage, but personally I never use it. I feel like it's cheating. Uh, uh, it it's up to the individual player if you want to use it or not, because you'll never get banned for it as far as I know, and a lot of people use it for high level play. So I guess it's up to you if you want to use it or not. It, it also works with other weapons besides fireball stuff. For example, it works with the two-handed hammer like light attacks, makes them significantly faster. Well, I guess that's all I wanted to tell you. Thanks for watching.